Yes, we are still alive. Hello, people. This is your favorite bacon lover, Nakamoto Digestion Cut, here with Ali and Addie, and we are about to do a fanfic reading, an MLA fanfic reading. Introduce yourself, Ali and Addie.
YouTubers I'd run if I were you. Hi.
What?
Oh, nothing. Let's continue.
Alright, so anyways, the fanfic that we're about to read is called Why Can't I Love You? I've actually posted a fanfic reading myself, on my own channel, DJStro103. But, I just decided, why not read this with the MLA? I mean, I've read this by myself, and, I just thought, why not? So, yeah, I've already handled the author's note, my own reading, so let's just get right into the normal point of view. Do you girls want to do that? The normal POV section?
Yeah.
Alright, so anyways, here we go. One day late in the afternoon where the rain wasn't stopping, lies a teenage boy standing waiting for the rain to stop. He looked at the sky and gave a huge sigh. He ruffled his blonde hair and looked at the girl that was beside him. She was beautiful. She had long teal-colored hair, but he heard rumors that she is a person who is really tough to deal with. It made him feel worried standing next to her. He didn't like her at all. He stepped a few inches away from her when she realized that he didn't want to be close to her. The girl looked at the boy with a stare that made him gulp in fright. She calmed her eyes and bit her lip a bit.
It's okay. If you don't want to be with me, then just go.
The girl said to him in a rough tone. But if I'll do, I'll get wet, the boy answered, frightened.
Here, just take my umbrella. Use it.
She grabbed his hand and placed her umbrella on top of it. Are you sure? He asked.
I'll be going then,
she said to him while walking to the rain by herself, making her wet. Wait! The boy ran to her and covered her with the umbrella.
I said that you should use it,
she said angrily. You're going to catch a cold if you walk in the rain like this. The girl didn't say a word to complain back, but by looking at the boy's innocent face, she couldn't get herself to yell at him.
Fine, I'll take you home.
Thanks, he said nervously. They both walked silently. The boy wanted to have a conversation with her, but she didn't want to talk at all. She is totally different than any other of the girls that he talks to. All of them were really happy when he talks to them. Actually, he was popular in school. He is known to be cute, smart, and very kind. Girls would do anything for him. But this is the first time seeing someone like her. This is my house. Thank you for walking me home, he said to her. The girl looked away from his face, turning around, and started walking to another direction. Suddenly, when he saw the girl leave, his heart feels like it's aching. But a few moments later, when he wanted to go inside his house, he heard a little bit clear voice.
Next time, bring an umbrella, okay?
Said the girl's voice, but in a smooth tone. He looked at the direction of the girl that still wasn't far from his house. His cheeks got all red. He quickly went inside his room and jumped onto his bed while touching both of his cheeks. Why can't I stop burning? Have I got a fever? He asked himself. He snapped out of his thoughts and started changing his clothes from school. After he finished, he went downstairs to find his older sister sitting on the couch while reading a girl's magazine. He sat next to her and stared at her for a couple minutes, making her start to get uncomfortable. Stare sound effect. G. Yeah, that was corny. Whatever. She closed her magazine and looked at his little brother that was still staring at him.
Is there something you want? If you want something, then just say it,
she said. Renee, I don't know why, but today I feel a little weird.
Weird how?
Rin asked. As if my body suddenly feels hotter for some reason.
Are you having a fever?
Rin asked, concerned. Well, I'm not feeling sick or anything, but when I was walking here with the girl that I just met today... Rin smiled at him while looking at his innocent little brother that doesn't know what it feels like when you're in love. She laughed, making his little brother shocked at her reaction. What's so funny? He asked.
Oh, Len, you're so innocent. I've never had this kind of experience, have you?
I guess not, he answered with a frown.
Come on, don't be sad like that. It makes you feel that way because you're in love.
In love? He asked back.
Yeah. You know when you feel nervous around her and you just want her to look at you as someone than just a friend?
That's exactly how I feel.
Really? Then tell me how it happened.
Rin asked excitedly. It was raining today, right? She gave me her umbrella so that I could go home. She was walking all wet alone without thinking of herself, so she decided to take me home.
That was very nice of her. You should thank her, Mom. Do you know what she looks like?
Rin asked. She had long, beautiful teal hair that was tied into two ponytails, and she doesn't seem like the person who likes to talk. Rin pointed at the top of her head, trying to think about a person that she might know that fits that description. When she knew who it was, her eyes widened in shock. She put both of her arms on her little brother's shoulders with a worried expression. Is something wrong, Renee? He asked.
Len, just to be safe, don't get close to her, okay?
Lynn didn't know what was going on in his sister's head, but the way she reacted in the description of the girl, it might be better if he just do what his sister told him to do. Sure, I'll stay away from her.
I'm sorry, Len. This is your first love experience, but I don't want you to make a bond with her. Maybe you can find somebody else. I'm really sorry, but it just sounds so horrible.
It's okay. I barely even know her, Len said with a smile.
Thank you.
I'm going to bed, okay? Good night, Len said as he walked back upstairs.
Good night.
Rin replied as she continued her reading. And as the MLA continues reading this fanfic. Next day in school, where Len was in charge of collecting the students' homework, when he saw the same figure that he saw yesterday. From the window, the teal-haired girl that is sitting under a sakura tree by herself. Man, sakura trees are really popular in anime these days. He couldn't stop wondering why she was there by herself. He snapped out of his thoughts because his older sister told him to stay away from her. She walked to the teacher's room to give the students books after he went out. He didn't know why, but his body feels like it has a mind of its own. He speeded to the first floor out to the school's field where the sakura tree was, and before he knew it, the girl was right in front of him. He stepped closer to her and found her asleep. He sat next to her and observed her face. When he looked closer, she wasn't frightening at all. I wonder why people don't look like her so much. Her face looks pretty and nice. Len carefully placed his hand on her cheek, and it was soft and slightly pink-colored. He didn't know why, but he leaned closer to her face and gave her a slow kiss on the lips, when she suddenly woke up and pushed him away.
What do you think you're doing?
She shouted with a blush on her face. I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was thinking. While still blushing, she turned her back to him and crossed both of her arms.
Look, why do you have to do that?
She asked. I didn't know. Len tried to explain, but was cut off by me, the narrator.
I meant, why do you have to do that with me? Why not somebody else?
She asked as her voice softened. Len was totally stuck in his own mind hearing her voice. His heart was starting to beat even faster than yesterday. This is what her sister had told him? This feeling that just cannot be ignored? Maybe it's because I love you, he said slowly while gripping his shirt tightly. The girl clutched her fists as tight as she could and looked at Len with tears flowing in her eyes. Len didn't know what to do. He wanted to help her out, but he didn't know how.
Liar! Liar!
She shouted. No, I'm telling the truth.
There's no way someone like you would like me. Someone like the page to do this to me. Well, I don't care. Do what they want. And just stay away from me. Leave me alone.
She shouted again with more tears flowing in her eyes. Len was totally shocked with the girl. She looked so miserable. He hoped that he could do something, anything to help her out. But he didn't know what was wrong. He didn't know anything about her, but he knows now that he is totally in love with her. To be continued. Oh yeah, and little author's note at the end. Well, what do you guys think? Please review. Right, so what did you think?
Well, I think the story can have promise. I really think the author here seriously really needs a beta, someone to fix up the grammar. I mean, spelling looks great, seems like a great premise, but needs just a little bit more meat. That, personally speaking, I'm more of a Kaito Miku fan, so, you know. But, I mean, the fanfiction has a good amount of potential. There's a lot of Len Miku fans out there. So, yeah, besides the grammar and just a bit more substance to the story, it seems pretty legit.
Alright. Well, I could agree with you girls there. So was that Allie talking or Addie?
That was Allie.
Yeah. So Addie, what did you think?
I'm really picky about grammar, so this one's a little bit on me, but I think it could be a good fan fiction if they had like a beta reader or something.
Oh, alright. Well, so anyways, my final thoughts on this fan fiction. Yeah, it's got a lot of potential, but, you know, at the same time, as the girl said, you know, it needs a little bit of work. So, yeah, this has been our MLA fanfic reading of Why Can't I Love You? Chapter 1, a Vocaloid fanfic. And this has been Allie and Addie Clay. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I hope we didn't get the audience confused by which is which. And it's your favorite Bacon Lover Neck Boy Toy DJ Joe in the cut. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch y'all later.
Yeah.
Bullets.